Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, John Maz. This is Side Hustle Enterprise and Market Watch Wednesday. If you don't have the chance to catch us live here on YouTube and join the conversation, you can always re-listen to us on the podcast or listen to the video at another date. We are going to go over some charts today and look at the market a little bit. So if you are listening to the podcast, I do apologize. You won't be able to see those charts. But again, everything is saved on YouTube and uploaded to YouTube as well. So just make sure that you follow along and stay part of the program. And we always welcome you guys to join the conversation either on Discord or on YouTube. If you want to slide over to Discord, you can always join the conversation live with me and talk one-on-one, or join Roman in the chat and communicate that way. Make sure Discord is live for everybody. All right, so I am officially live on Discord if you would like to join in on the conversation. Make sure we blast everybody, making sure everybody knows. Thank God for spell check. There we go. Yeah, perks of being married to a stylist. My hairstyle, my face, everything is always constantly changing, especially during the pandemic when she can't work and she's trying to brush up on her skills and everything and stay active. So I often get new hairstyles. Yeah, she always takes care of me, that's for sure. All right, so let's take a quick look at the market before we dive into some of the big news that I want to talk about. Let's just see where we stand. We're about an hour or so past opening bell. S&P 500 is so far up today. The ETF for S&P 500 up 0.4. Dow Jones is down at the moment. NASDAQ is up, and the rest of the world is down. I don't know what that says for us. I know that we had some news come out, nothing confirmed by our president here in the U.S., but possibly a fourth stimulus check could be coming our way. So, fingers crossed for that. It helps out big time. I'm not currently working. This is my full-time gig now is YouTube and my day trading, along with some other hustles that I'm going to bring to the channel later on. And my wife is currently going back to school to be a vet tech because, during the pandemic, it's very hard for her to find a job in, being a stylist. Not too many people want to come in and get their hair cut and so on. Still, even a year later, since the pandemic first started. So, yeah, the stimulus has definitely been very helpful. Looks like software and tech. If we can do this, we can drop this down, slide this on over. Let's get rid of my face. There we go. All right. All right, so we got tech sector seems to be up in the green so far today. Not looking too bad. Banking services are obviously down. Lots of banks that cover hedge funds, that cover or lend out money are definitely hurting. One of the topics that I want to talk about today, and I'll touch upon this more if it's a topic of interest for people. A lot of people are talking about AMC and hedge funds and these short call options. What they don't realize is the hedge funds that are shorting these companies like GameStop, like AMC, don't actually have the liquidity or the assets to cover the loss. So what's going to happen is the banks and the government, ideally, the top level, top tier. The bank is the government, our bank, right? Is going to have to bail out these banks and bail out these hedge funds. So people that are holding stocks like AMC, like myself, are holding GameStop and that are waiting for the short squeeze to happen and for these hedge funds to take this massive dip. What's going to happen if it gets pushed to that level? And we're talking about like $450 billion, right? $500 billion worth of liquidity that these hedge funds have to come up with, especially just talking about AMC. The government will have to step in and issue a bailout. Now, that's going to put us on hold as retail investors for our payout for cashing out. So you'll see exchanges like Robinhood, and you'll see exchanges like Fidelity and Webull and all these other exchanges get put on hold for trading for these companies. So be careful when investing in those companies right now, especially if that's the gameplay that you're going with. You're rolling on these stonks and these tendies with Wall Street bets, and you're listening to all the hype of this short squeeze. If this short squeeze happens, like everybody wants to happen, and AMC hits 500, even $1,000, whatever it may be in the next year or so, the hedge funds don't have the money. They won't be able to pay us. They won't be able to buy the stocks. They'll have to be bailed out by the U.S. government. So just be careful, and do your research, do everything like that. I mean, Robinhood did recently put out a message where I think I actually have it pulled up here. We can actually make it a little bit clearer. I'll read it to you guys right off the script. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah, so it's. I'll make a link to this in the description down below, and I'll also put it on the podcast as well for people listening to it secondhand. So I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but there is somebody on Reddit that summarized it fairly simply for everybody and quickly, and I thought it was very, very straightforward. So here's a little post from Reddit that I found that talks about this this proposal. See if I can make it larger here. Okay, so AMC new, I think it says news, NSCC rule effective immediately specifically mentions AMC and Robinhood. It states that in the event of a short squeeze, Robinhood accounts will be transferred to a stable broker to ensure all retail investors get paid. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. If AMC pumps to that huge level, that high catalyst, right? The hedge funds, the people that are shorting it, doing the short squeeze or trying to push the short squeeze, don't have the actual assets or liquidity to buy the stocks from us at the price that we set. At that point, the holders, the retail investors that are holding 80% of the stocks right now, we set the price is what it comes down to. So if they don't have the money to pay for it at at our level, Robinhood can't pay for because Robinhood uses a third party broker. Robinhood doesn't have the money, so they have to send it to a broker. So that's going to take even more time. We're talking 3 to 4 days just to send it to the broker, everybody's account, millions of people in Robinhood. And then the broker can either apply for a bailout with the hedge funds and get the government to pay us out, which is going to take even longer. So it all is going to come down to timing. It's going to come down to the amount of when people are selling. We're talking 80-something% of AMC shares are supposedly held by retail investors, you and me. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out. If you read on here, stable brokers to ensure all retail investors get paid. This happens to come out the day before SLR expires. The significance in that is because if just one of the multiple hedge funds that are short the blank, let's keep it PG, right? Out of it gets margin called. So a lot of these hedge funds are using margin. If you don't know what margin is, it's like a 50 to 1 or 4 to 1 or 1 to 1, and whatever you have invested, say you have $1 million, they'll back you 500,000, or they'll back you another million, a 1 to 1 type of ratio. So they're basically getting lent money on margin to invest it alongside of their own money. But there's a certain percentage that's stated by the SEC that a margin account cannot drop below, which incentivizes the broker lending out the margin to do a margin call to secure their assets, to make sure that the broker is not losing their money, right? And had to cover this will be the catalyst to push us past the $14.54 mark, and the rest of the MFs will have to cover, and we blow through the moon on the way to Mars. Right. So I don't think we're going to hit 12K a share like this post is saying. But $50, $25, $30, $50 is definitely a possible high mark for AMC. Even possibly $100, with the new streaming service coming up. But hitting 1,000, I don't know. That's pushing it in my book. But again, I will link the actual proposal rule change here that I got pulled up here on the channel. So if you do want to read it yourself and kind of understand a little bit better, that you can do that. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen and what's going to transpire. I'm a holder when it comes to AMC. I hold it across multiple accounts. My Robinhood account, I'm sure if you guys have been following the channel, if you're not following the channel, I ask you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, of course. But my Robinhood account was affected. It was stopped. It was shut down. You guys have seen in my past videos, I have well over the limit for the day trader mark was 25K. So I have $30,000 in my account. So I got flagged as a day trader, and then my account was shut down and blocked, and they actually executed trades on my behalf. So I'm not too happy with Robinhood. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in there for a little bit because I have cryptocurrency that I'm trying to get out, and a lot of the other exchanges aren't doing cryptocurrency. Webull does offer cryptocurrency, but they don't offer Doge trading yet, so I can't transfer any of that over. So I'm waiting on that. We'll see what happens when it comes to Robinhood. Got some comments here in the chat. Let's go through them real quick. I've been falling behind. I apologize. We do have a new member here in the chat, Crypto Related. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Let's see what we got going on. Not too bad again. Broadcast has stopped. Uh-oh. Will Dogecoin beat Bitcoin in the future? VS Swift Wanath. Sorry if I butchered your name. Overall market cap, I don't think it's going to beat it market cap wise. Right now, we can pull up Dogecoin for everybody to see what the market cap is. And a lot of times I use coinmarketcap.com. It's just real simple and easy. So Bitcoin's market cap right now is, I think that's $1.09 trillion, right? And then we have, scroll down here, Bitcoin has dropped down to 19. So we have $688 million is the current Dogecoin market cap. So we have quite a bit of volume to cover. I'm looking at the wrong line there. Yeah, so 688. So $6.88 billion is the market cap right now for Dogecoin. Can it bypass Bitcoin? It's going to be very difficult. There's more volume and there's more coins in circulation for Dogecoin. So it wouldn't have to be a huge jump per coin to meet that mark. But we still have to see like $5 to $10 a coin to even get close to that market cap of Bitcoin to surpass it. Not sure. I mean, it's definitely possible to surpass, say, Litecoin and get within the top 5. I think that is definitely a possible goal, but to bypass Bitcoin as it climbs, I know Bitcoin's sitting just under 60K right now. We're at 58.9 for Bitcoin. So to get past that market cap of, that's a huge number we're seeing for Bitcoin as for a market cap, and the volume is staggering as well. So to hit those levels, Dogecoin would have to surpass $1 and surpass at least $5. We're talking like the $7 to $10 range to get within the top 5 here. We can get within the top 5 here based upon 24-hour volume fairly quickly, but to get within the top 5 based upon market cap, it's going to take us some time. Maybe mid-2022 if we see some of the other things I'm going to talk about. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, so I got some interesting news about Dogecoin that kind of relates to that. So, well, we'll have to see. It's not impossible, but it's definitely not something we're going to see within the next couple months. It's going to take some time. Let's put it that way. Crypto related says no. When will Coinbase accept Dogecoin? Is one of the questions that Roman asked. So I don't think Coinbase is going to accept Dogecoin this quarter. It may be the end of 2021, beginning of 2022, in my opinion, when we will see them implement Dogecoin on their exchange. That being said, I think it's one of the reasons because Coinbase is going public right now. They kind of came out and they said, we're willing to, we want Dogecoin, right? We want to, implement it, but they need to utilize the Rosetta API system into their system, into their framework for Dogecoin to be added to Coinbase. So that's number one. Number two, I think they're really focused on getting their company public right now. So they'll soon, from what I've read and the digging that I've done, nothing officially has come out yet. But I believe Coinbase will be listed sometime in April on NASDAQ. Starting around, the speculation is between 250 and 300 is when the opening price will be. I typically don't go in on new stocks or IPOs, or this is actually a direct stock offer. But where Coinbase is, I'm going to be making sure that I have funds coming up in April, mid-April, available for when Coinbase does go public. I think once Coinbase does go public, then they will change gears and focus on really pushing out Dogecoin. I think that'll be a huge boost. So we'll have some big catalysts there for Dogecoin and Coinbase. So you have Coinbase going public. Then I feel after they go public, then Coinbase will list Dogecoin, which will give, again, Coinbase a big jump in their stock because they got an influx of people coming over to them, which gives Dogecoin a huge pump, right? So we could see 50 cents just on that move alone. And then we have other catalysts around Dogecoin that could push even further. So I see it happening. I think there's enough push behind it for Dogecoin to get on Coinbase. I just think they're trying to get their ducks in a row first before they implement it. Hi from Greece. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. That's a first one for me. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting market the rest of 2021. Whether we're going to get a fourth stimulus check here in the U.S. I know that Biden has talked about increasing the EV kind of push towards EV vehicles, cash for clunkers. I think there's a tax break that was $7,500 for EVs. If you buy an EV vehicle, it's now going to $10K. So there's a lot of things happening right now to push the U.S. to the next level, to help build up the economy, because there's definitely a crash looming right in the market. We all feel it. We all see it. Anybody that's lived through the housing crash 2008, can see some of these signs. So it'll be very interesting to see how Biden and his group there really hone in and try to lock down some of these underlying issues to prevent a crash from being catastrophic. We are going to see a dip. It is inevitable, but how our government handles it is really going to depend on how bad it's going to be. And then that's obvious. That's what we rely on the government for, is to protect us, protect the U.S. people, and so on. So it'll be very interesting to see how they respond to this. A lot of my portfolio is being transitioned to crypto, to be honest with you, just because I think it's a better money or better investment for my assets. So typically what I do is I trade on Robinhood, I trade on all these other exchanges, and I use crypto.com. So Robinhood, unfortunately, doesn't like crypto.com. However, whatever profit I make on Robinhood, I usually transition to my crypto.com wallet, and I buy stable coins, or I buy a coin that I feel is going to go up, Cardano or Dogecoin or things like that. So I'm trying to back my profits with cryptocurrency, whether it be a stable coin and so on. So just be careful. Everybody, do your research that's out there. Make sure that you're doing your due diligence, and don't invest more than you're willing to lose. I don't want to lose the profits that I've gained, so I am, like I said, transitioning a lot of my assets profits that I've made into cryptocurrency. And because of my YouTube channel and because of my LLC, I'm going to get a little bit of a tax break because I'm talking about it here with you guys. So there are loopholes to paying exorbitant tax fees, especially because I know Biden's talking about raising a lot of those tax fees. So just some food for thought for you guys. Let's take a look at the chart real quick for Doge before we jump into the Dogecoin news that I'm sure you guys are all waiting for. So let's take a look. All right, so we're looking at a 30-minute chart here for Dogecoin. Let's zoom out a little bit, make sure I don't cover the screen too much. There we go. So we have back here is the 29th, and we have the 31st, obviously, today, 30-minute chart. We can look at the 1-hour chart and zoom out a little bit further. So in my opinion, we did see a little bit dip back here between 25th and 26th. That was the lowest. I don't try to go back too far when I'm looking at charts here. If I go back, then kind of the data gets a little confuddled, right? So let's look at this chart here. Let's draw some lines so we kind of get an understanding of what I'm looking at and how I'm relating to it. Oh. Snap a line there. And snap a line here. All right, so this is what first jumps in my eye right now. So just for the podcast listeners, I drew a trend line on the top side of the candlesticks at 0.0551 cents, and then I drew a trend line underneath at let's see here, it is at 0.0529 cents. So it's they're parallel trend lines. No alligator, no triangle trading pattern, just parallel trending lines, top and bottom. And what that indicates to me is that this chart is really trading sideways. Lots of consolidation. Let me see if I can pull up some volume indicators here. Let's see. Chart settings. Bear with me here. I'm still trying to really figure out Robinhood. I mean, every time Webull, every time I do something, it changes, and I have to go back and then figure everything back out again. Okay, there we go. So volume. All right. So now we get the volume here at the bottom, and we're seeing, let's see. Right now we have 2.64 billion total Doge. I think it's Doge. Is how they're indicating it in volume right now, and it's a green candlestick. So we're showing strong support, and we're seeing a lot of strong support across all of the charts so far that I've kind of highlighted here. Lots and lots of volume, which is good, but the volume levels are in the same range of each other. We don't have a super high red candle and then like no green. So we're not seeing tons of sell volume and no buy volume. We're seeing a back and forth market between buy volume and sell volume, which shows me that the chart is trading sideways. It's kind of in a consolidation fashion here, right? So we're getting ready for that breakout, in my opinion. And more or less, we've got a couple green candles here starting the day off. We see a lot more volume, in my opinion, here in the U.S. Towards the after hours when people are transitioning out of the stock market and into the crypto space. So I'm hoping to see a breakout here. We're at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. We're at the bottom of the RSI. We're seeing some good volume markers. We got 3 giant green candles for volume. And we're seeing more buy volume than we are seeing sell volume. So it'll be interesting to see how the market responds, especially based on the news that came out yesterday. So with that being the kind of the segue here, everybody's been waiting for it. Some interesting things came out just recently with Dogecoin and cryptocurrency alone. We have Nuvia, a payment firm, I guess they consider themselves, right? Let me pull up the spreadsheet here so everybody can see it. All right. So we have Nuvia here. Payment firm Nuvia launches support for 40 cryptocurrencies, including Redcoin and Dogecoin. Payment provider Nuvia has launched support. I mean, it's more and more people are adapting to cryptocurrency is what we want to see. So according to the announcement, merchants partnered with the payment provider can use an array of cryptocurrencies to send and receive payment across 200 countries. 200 countries, right? Included top assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, lesser known cryptocurrencies such as Redcoin, Bitcoin Gold, and even hypervolatile coins like Dogecoin. Now, that's one thing that I'm not super crazy about that they're saying here is that Dogecoin is super volatile. I don't see it being super volatile. Looking at that chart that we just talked about, I see it being more of a consolidation, people getting ready. So we have hyper volatility, right? That's what they're talking about right here. Again, I don't see it being super volatile. Nuvia customers can even use Ripple deposits despite the asset's recent legal woes and subsequent delisting from major exchanges. Yeah, I don't care about Ripple, right? No one cares about Ripple. I don't care about Ripple. We want to know about Dogecoin. Enhanced security, privacy, Nubia users, when compared to traditional fiat methods of payment, however, multiple crypto assets supported by Nubia have previously been subject to 51% attacks. I'm curious to know what cryptocurrencies they're suggesting have a 51% attack. They do hold 40 of them, but the major ones that people are going to be using, like Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, so on, Ethereum, I think those are your safest bets. I think they're going to see more transactions there. On March 29th, Visa announced a pilot program allowing all its partners to use the Ethereum blockchain to settle transactions made in fiat. The solution utilizes the USDC, so it's the US stablecoin, to clear transactions. Late last year, PayPal announced that it will start offering cryptocurrency services. So that was back in November. We saw PayPal make the announcement, right? Sorry, my pen is horrible. Announcement about accepting cryptocurrency and so on. And it was only on selected, from what I saw, because my account didn't get access to it. So it was a selected number of accounts that were able to use cryptocurrency. Including the ability for purchase them and trade them. March 22nd, US-based online shopping app by Aladdin announced it will start accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum across multiple shopping malls in South Korea. So we have exchanges, we have payment implementations, we have payment firms. More and more people are jumping on the cryptocurrency bandwagon. More and more people are starting to support Dogecoin, which is huge. I mean, Bitcoin is a given. When you talk about cryptocurrency, you're going to accept cryptocurrency. I hope that you accept the top 5, but to jump down the list and 40 other cryptocurrencies and accept Dogecoin, that's huge. We have another big one is Ativa Air and Air Baltic, along with Mark Cuban and the Mavs. They're all accepting cryptocurrency now. The next thing I think we're going to see when it comes to Dogecoin and cryptocurrency is so Elon made the announcement. I'm sure you guys are all aware of it, that he's going to accept Bitcoin for buying a Tesla. I think the next step is for him to announce that he's going to accept Dogecoin for Tesla as well. I think for him to say that, though, Dogecoin is going to have to come up to at least 25 to 50 cents. Handling that amount of volume, even though Dogecoin transactions are fairly fast and cheap, to be worth anybody's real time and effort, I think Dogecoin is going to have to come up to that level of 25 cents, 50 cents to $1 before he really starts accepting it. Double-edged sword, though, if he does say he's going to accept it, that might push the price up as well. So we'll have to see where he comes in on that, where we have, all these other services implementing Dogecoin and pay cryptocurrency payments. So it'll be interesting. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with that. Other news that is very interesting when it comes to Elon and Dogecoin. So one of the big things for Elon Musk and Tesla is his supercomputer. He had a little cryptic text that he put out here that said Dojo for Doge. And I'll link this. I'll put all these articles in the description down below if you want to read them yourselves, of course. And the big thing with this is he has this supercomputer that's AI related or AI based supercomputer for his self-driving cars, right? So what people are trying to push him to do, or what he maybe already thinking about doing, where his cryptic tweet was dojo, and we're not talking, so he's spelling it like this. Jeez, this pen sucks. So dojo. So we'll have to see if this actually comes to fruition or not. I think he said for Doge. Wow, that's terrific. Let me see. There we go. So his text was There we go. Dojo for Doge. And a lot of people are thinking that he is talking about his dojo supercomputer. Dojo being based on the martial arts dojo, the stadium that you practice martial arts on. So it'd be very interesting to see it actually comes to fruition. And what this article is kind of saying, more or less, is if Dojo AI computer is going to be focusing on the Dogecoin network, and Elon teams up with the Dogecoin development team, this AI supercomputer can stabilize the cryptocurrency. It's help stabilize the cryptocurrency itself and make it more of a utilization tool for people to use for transactions by having the supercomputer, almost itself, along with the miners. Of course, we're not going to get rid of the miners, but just focusing on the Dogecoin network, it would help ensure clarity on the network, make sure there's no faulty transactions, make sure that the security is up. So if he does get with the Dogecoin team and Dojo does go on the Dogecoin network, where we're in for a ride. That's one of the wealthiest people in the world putting one of the most expensive AI computers in the world and pointing it at a cryptocurrency that was additionally a meme crypto. Unreal. I mean, that's some crazy, crazy news. I'm very interested to see how that comes to fruition, and what's going to happen with that. It's going to be super cool to see if he actually gets to be involved with the Dogecoin development team more so than just being, the Dogecoin hype man, what he kind of is right now, along with a lot of these other celebrities. I'm pumped about it. I'm very curious to see how far Dogecoin is going to go. I think we're at that evolutionary stage right now when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to Dogecoin, where we're going to see more and more wild and crazy things kind of come out. And, a lot of people think, Elon Musk is for the people. He's trying to help the Dogecoin community. I'm not going to bet against the guy. He's very smart, very intelligent. I hold Dogecoin. I mine Dogecoin. I'm all about it. So I'm going to kind of follow along a little bit. I'm not overextending myself. Again, if it's something that happens and it completely crashes tomorrow, I lose a couple $1,000, it's not the end of the world for me. So it's not my entire life savings I have invested in Doge, because again, like I mine it. Again, do your research, do your studying. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here sharing the news with you and sharing my opinion upon that information that we're talking about. So I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are. We got more people here in the chat room today, which I like. Got a gentleman here from Greece, which is awesome. Thank you. Welcome. This is an open source platform. This isn't just me spewing. I want to hear back from you guys. I want to answer questions. If you want to slide over to Discord and talk to me one-on-one, you can absolutely do that, and we'll go live together. It's a platform for you to ask your questions and speak your mind and share your opinions. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, show the channel some love, and I encourage you to join the conversation, because the more we talk about it together, the better people understand things and the more knowledge we can share, right? So, for example, this gentleman that joined us from Greece may have a completely different opinion on the U.S. economy than somebody living in the U.S. does. He may have a complete different take on it because his government system is different than ours. So that kind of crosstalk is great, and it's kind of what I want to instill in this community and in this live stream that we do every Wednesday. Again, you can always re-listen to this live stream on the podcast, Side Hustle Enterprise podcast. You can always listen to it on YouTube again if you like. Hit that subscribe button, of course, as always. I appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. I know in the title here, I mentioned a Dogecoin giveaway. Now, I see this happening all over YouTube, and people think, oh, we're giving away 1,000 Doge. We're giving away a 500 Doge, and pennies. Pennies. I'm not talking about a measly 1,000 Doge. The giveaway that I'm talking about, I've put in 3,000 Doge of my own. I'm adding more every month to the pot. The current pot balance, and I'll share it with you guys if you'd like to get involved, is 8,106 Doge, and it's constantly going up. So this is a, apologize. This is a crowd-funded giveaway. You have to buy entries into this giveaway, and the way you buy entries is through Discord or through message me directly, email me directly. That's how you get involved in this. So right now it's 10 Doge per one entry. By doing it this way, we can get this pot to the next level. We're not talking about a measly 1,000 Doge. When we go to pull the entries and do the final drawing for this lottery on April 20th, the pot could be 12K, the pot could be 15K, the pot could be 20K. It all depends on you guys and how much if you like gambling, if you like taking a little bit of risk, buy 2 entries, put 20 Doge into it. Every little bit helps, and it's a random drawing. There'll be 3 lucky winners, first, second, and third place, getting a percentage of the pot. Is how we have it structured right now. But we have guys on Discord that have 240 entries and so on. So if you want to get involved, if you want to get lucky, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, message me. I'll send you a Discord link, or you can always find my email on the YouTube channel About Me tab and email me. All you got to do is I'll give you the address for the lottery, send your Dogecoin to the lottery pool with a copy of your transaction, email me the transaction, and we'll get you entered into it. And again, the lottery will be done on April 20th. So this is not some fly-by-night little lottery. This is going to be a large giveaway, right? And as we get to higher and higher markers, right now we're at 81,000. If we get to 95, I'll dump in another 500 Doge. If we get to 11.5, I'll dump in another 500 Doge, pushing it to 12K, and so on. So as we get to those mile markers, I will be pushing it little by little to get it up past those marks. I started the lottery. My initial deposit was 2,500 Doge, and then I brought it up to 3,500 Doge, and then we have everybody else just entering entries into it to build it up. So if you want to get into it, you want to really dive into it, you want to get lucky, you think you're a lucky person, enter the Dogecoin lottery and join on in. Again, it's growing every single day. 10 Doge per entry. You get on the list. Drawing will be on April 20th. If you're a miner and you're into mining, I know we had a gentleman here posted a question at the very top, Eddie. So if you're still listening to the chat, Eddie, I know you said you were going to listen to it earlier, so if you made it this far in the video, I did respond to your question in the comments, saying you're having some issues with finding your L3, finding your L3 IP address. If you're using Wi-Fi, make sure the Wi-Fi names that you're using are all the same names and all the same password, and are all the same DNS network. So if they're not on the same network, when you do the IP scanner, it won't be able to find, especially if you're using a computer that's, say, using an Ethernet cable directed to the modem, and then the modem's going into a switch, and going to an extender and so on. So you have all these little connections and disconnections to do the Wi-Fi to get to the miner that's across the house and so on. Make sure that everything is on the same network, number one. I use, let me see, I'll pull it up for you. So I use Advanced IP Scanner is the program that I use. You just hit start. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to give away all my IP addresses. Obviously, I'm live. But it'll give you a list of all your IP addresses for your miners. And you're just going to have to go through and try to find the right one. It's going to take a little bit of time depending on how many devices are on your network. Every device connected to a network is going to have an IP address. So it's going to take some time. The name, the description of the manufacturer may be different from device to device. For example, the L3 Pluses that I have set up, one says Texas Instruments and the other one says Bitmain. So they do say different names, but you just have to go through the list. It'll be like 192-4- or -190, whatever it is. And you're just going to have to go through, plug in each one, and try to figure out what it is. Your password is typically going to be root or admin or so on. Get a hold of me on Discord if you're still having an issue. I'll try to walk you through it, one-on-one, sharing screen if you feel comfortable with that, and we'll try to dive into the problem a little bit. But typically the first issue that I see, and I had this issue myself, is machines not being on the same network you're trying to scan on. So if you're trying to run this scanner on your desktop and it's not connected to the wireless network that the miners are on, you're not going to find them. So just make sure everything is on the same network and so on. Hope that helped. If so, once you get them online, and this is for anybody that has a Scrypt miner. We currently have a Dogecoin mining pool in the Discord server that is currently active. If I toss it here on the screen, you guys can take a look. So this is everybody. We have a total of 12.1 gigahash worth of power in our mining pool party, and it pays out fairly regularly. We're talking 400 Doge probably every 2 days for myself. Different people are different. We have, this gentleman here has a number of cryptocurrency miners. So it depends on what your hashing power is in the pool. But what we're doing ideally is solo mining as a group. We're not focusing on one specific coin. We're focusing on an open Scrypt network, looking for blocks, solving them together, and splitting the rewards amongst the group. So my total payout in the party has been 4,459 Doge. And it's been fun. It's, talking to these guys, trying, working different experiments, whether we're focusing solely on Dogecoin or we're focusing solely on Goldcoin or Verge, whatever it may be. We tried different implementations of this party pool Scrypt algorithm that we're running. So if you want to get involved, you want to check it out, slide on over to Discord, join the conversation, join the party, and we'll get you hooked up. It's also a great way to gather up some Doge to dump into the lottery. Some other interesting things that we got going on. I'm working on implementing cryptocurrency payments on my merch store. So if you haven't checked it out yet, it's sidehustleenterprise.com. Got some typical merch here. A lot of them revolving around the NFTs that I've launched in previous videos. So we got a couple of shirts, we got some water jugs, some stickers for your card, and so on. A couple masks. And one of the latest things that I put out and launched is this is a sample of my trade tracker. So I do this. Me as an individual, as a day trader, the spreadsheets are great, but you can always export and set those up at the end of each quarter. As I'm day trading, as I'm making these trades weekly, I like to write it down. I like to keep track of them myself. So I put this together. It took me a couple weeks to kind of fine tune it the way I like it, to make it easy, to make it easily, for anybody to really understand and focus on. I am going to come out with another version of this later on that focuses on Forex trading as well, but this one is strictly day trading, stocks, options, and cryptos. So if we open up the book here, again, this is only a sample. If you are on the Discord server, there are discount codes for the merch store. So that always makes it a perk to sign up for Discord or join the Discord group, because you get a lot of additional discount codes. You might want to sign up now for Discord, because we will be making a private group that is only accessible through Patreon soon. But let's dive into my little book here. Right now, it's going through the process of being implemented on Amazon. So if you wanted a paperback version of this, the paperback version is 121 pages. So that's roughly 52 weeks of weekly day trackers, weekly day trading tracking pages. That's the way I like to do it. I like to write it down. But if you want to check it out yourself, see if it works for you, you can always download the digital copy. It's only a couple pages, and you can pretty much make your own book if you want to do it that way. So let's open up the cover here. So we have a kind of your portfolio information, business type, whether you're an LLC or not, if you want to even put that information, what brokerage you're using, starting balance, start date of when you're using this book, and when you expect to finish. We have your second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, what currencies you're using, whether it be USD or Bitcoin or Euro, whatever it may be. Some of the reminders. Something you might put in the reminders is what's your commission per trade. If you have to pay nothing to open an option, but you got to pay $1 to close it, then maybe something you want to put in here just to kind of keep in the back of your mind when you're doing all your calculations at the end of each week. Then you have a little note section here. So that's the first page. There's only one of those to kind of set up. It also comes with a glossary here at the bottom. There's your little glossary. So I have some terms here that we refer to. So your second page here. So you get one of these pages per week that you fill out. Your weekly target, your goal, and so on, and your dollar amount. You have a little blank space here to add some notes, or to add maybe your focus along with your focus ideas, or YouTube link, or whatever else. Maybe, hey, watch Market Moves every Monday on Side Hustle Enterprise with John and his dog Moo. Your starting balance for the week and what your finishing balance is. So this page here goes hand in hand with this following page. So this is how I track my trades ideally. So you got my ticker symbol, whether it's a stock, an option, or cryptocurrency, what it's a call or put position, expiration date, or the quantity if it's a stock or crypto, average cost per stock or per option, right? And then we have our open value, closed value. So if I put $5,000 into it, and I close it for $55,500, my profit gain is $500, or vice versa. It could be a loss of $500. So it kind of just gives you a quick, simple breakdown, and then at the end of the week, you tally everything up at your profit and loss value, and then you plug it in to your finished date amount. So you can kind of see and track your progress week to week. A little simpler than using, say, a spreadsheet and exporting these CVS files and so on into like a Google Sheets and doing this huge, giant spreadsheet. If that's the way you want to go, let me know. I do have some of those available. I just haven't put them on the store because they are so convoluted. They are so in-depth. This was a simple approach that I thought everybody could use, beginners, more experienced guys. And it kind of gives space for you to experiment and track yourself. So if you are interested in that, it's at Side Hustle Enterprise. It's a digital download. I got it listed for $5 on the site. Slide on over to Discord. I think it's a 50% discount code you get when you're a Discord member. So check that out. That's how I track my trades. It makes it easier for me. Let me know what you guys think. If you think it needs some improvement and it needs some, fine tuning. This is obviously version 1. Love the feedback. Give me the feedback, or be positive or negative. I want to hear about it. And again, if you like this version, it's an 8x11 version. If you like it, you can always slide over to Amazon. I'll put that link once it's available for you guys to pick up a paperback version of this. It's 121 pages. Again, it's a 1-year tracking journal for all your trades if you're a day trader. And again, I try to keep the prices as low as I possibly can. Pretty much the prices that I have listed is just to cover my cost to either print it or to host it on, say, this site for you guys to download. So I'm maybe making $1 off of every sale, if that. If you're using the discount code, I'm not making anything. But it's not about me making money. It's about me helping you guys and helping each other and growing the community. That's what I'm all about. So definitely check that out if you're interested. I would love to know your feedback and hear from you guys and what your thoughts are on what that's what you guys are trading on. You can even scan these and upload them and share them with the group if you want to. So that's what I kind of got going on right now. Of course, we have the NFTs are still for sale. Appreciate all the people that have followed and liked the NFTs. Some of them again come with discount codes for my merch site, whether it be unlimited merch code depending on which NFT you're buying, or a set dollar amount for $10,000 or $100 or $1,000 worth of merch off my site. Those NFTs have embedded discount codes in them, one per user, one per buyer, for my merch store. So check those out. Check out the Discord server. Check out the podcast. Again, guys, I can't stress this enough. I'd love for you guys to join the conversation. I'd love for you guys to talk with me. I'd love to hear back from you. And let's get this, it's an hour live stream. Let's push it a little bit longer. If you guys want to talk to me and you want to give me your feedback, we can push this live stream out a little bit further and a little bit longer and really have some fun with it. I hope you guys liked the show today. I hope that if you haven't already, you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, show the channel some love. Again, slide on over to Discord, join the conversation. Enter the Dogecoin lottery giveaway. Drawing is on 4/20. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask me or ask Roman or ask any number of the guys on Discord server. There's a lot of knowledgeable individuals on Discord, and there's a lot of information being shared that can really help out somebody that's just beginning. Even if you are an experienced miner or trader or investor and you just have a question and you want to confirm your thought and process, it's a great place to just kind of freely talk and not be judged about your question. I appreciate you guys that have already subscribed to the channel, that you've already followed me and liked me and so on. Thank you so much. We're just past the 550 mark for subscribers. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, something I'd like to do is do like 1,000 subscriber giveaway, whether it be me going down to the local gas station and buying $1,000 worth of scratch-off cards and splitting it with a lucky member of the channel, or giving away Doge or giving away Bitcoin or something. I want to do something for my 1,000 subscriber mark once I finally get monetized. So if you can subscribe to the channel, I appreciate it. Keep that in mind. Shoot out some ideas. Let me know what kind of giveaway you think I should do. And, keep the conversation, guys, going as always. And until next time, I appreciate you. Love you. Catch you later.